even early in that game. First third down of the game, missed a mental mistake. It's a conversion. The next possession, we got we feel a clear touchdown and get a procedure, then get another procedure. Cost us 4 points right from the start. And that's where we talked about handling the situation. And I think our players were very excited to play at home and sell-out crowd and play well for our fans and for themselves, and really let the situation get the best of us a little bit in certain situations. Again, it pops up a little bit with players trying to do a little bit too much, too soon, instead of just playing the game. But then there were other parts where it was just as good a football as we've played since I've been here for a good portion of that first half. We just did some very good things. I'm very pleased with a lot of things you could build off that. And that first half, just in general, there were some mistakes. Like we left 4 points on the board just clearly with the false starts, and then the third down, miscommunication early, or we feel we have a good play there as well. But then, the rest of that first half, man, that was some really good football. Very, very proud of the team and their effort and how well we played there for a good stretch. Second half, again, everybody's talking about, not scoring, and that's true. We definitely want to put the foot on the gas and continue to play well in that second half. But I thought the opening drive of the second half was a fantastic drive. Had them completely off balance and, really threw it, and mixed up the running it and throwing it. And, if you look back on it, you take a 6-minute drive and take 3 points right there. I think we're all happy about that. We just missed the field goal. So Miles will make that the next time, and we had an opportunity to get a little bit closer there as well. And even on the third down play, if Terry goes to his last option and just checks it down, we're going to get, even if we don't get the first down, we're going to get some more yards and put it in a more manageable situation for the field goal. So I thought it was a very good drive. Then they come back and they hit the fluke play where Lonnie misplays the ball, and it gets tight for a fraction there, for a bit of the third quarter. But the way our defense was playing and the way our offense was controlling the ball, you always felt like they could go back to that. It was a big piece of it, and if the long drive, as I mentioned after the game, that one. Just took up so much time, but we need to get some of those stops. We had opportunities to get stops there and need to get off the field. But again, so wrap it up, I think there was a lot of good things and a lot of things that we can do better, and the team will be excited to see those things today and ready to improve.
Mark, would you say you left some things in the toolbox that you might have used ordinarily in the second inning?
Well, I don't know about the toolbox. There's always game plans for certain games, and so we'll. You're constantly growing and adding a few things here and there, a few wrinkles by game plan.
Give an update on that.
He'll be out for a while. Yeah, just like I thought. He'll be out for several weeks.
Mark, before the season, you spoke confidently about your team. You kind of touched on it Saturday. Was this brand of play, this quality of play, what you had in mind? You thought about what this team could accomplish?
It was. I really thought. I was very confident in the team, just in what we were doing, in our approach, and the way we've been going about our business. And knew we had some good players that were really working hard and focused, and good leadership. And so I wasn't, my thoughts weren't on record. My thoughts were on the next, the preparation and where we were at through the summer and getting ready to go.
Mark, about the Allen's play this year, I'd like for you to speak about his play, his accomplishments, all the accolades he's getting.
Who?
Allen.
Okay, yep.
And how joyous it is just to have him come back where he very well could have bolted for the NFL.
Yeah, so happy for Josh and our football team, but Josh made a very, I don't want to say, detailed decision. He put a lot of thought into it. As I mentioned before, he and I had many conversations. I gave him a lot of information, and he most definitely would be on an NFL roster this year. But he decided to come back and make a difference, for the rest of his life. And you know, he's doing that. He's playing some incredible football. I mean, you know, really, I know statements get blown up, you know, get headlines. I got to be careful how I phrase it with him, but I mean, he is playing some outstanding football, as good as I've seen. You know, with all the things that he does and how versatile he is, and you know how hard he's playing, and how, you know, how dynamic he is in his pass rushes, but he's doing good in coverage. He's just doing a lot of things good.
Can you tell us what went into his decision to come back?
No, I'm going to keep that between Josh and I. I mean, it's just say he put a lot of thought into that, and there was a lot of information, and I thought he was very mature in how he was going about making his decision. And so I'm happy that he's playing the way he is. For him, yes. Personally, yeah.
Talk about your secondary, how they played that couple games, and how they played.
Yeah, really pleased with the secondary. Really doing some good things. Really stepped up to the challenge in holding each other accountable, and in, you know, competing at a high level. Thought the corners really played well again, and the safeties did as well. All of them across the board. They're doing some good things, playing very hard, competing.
Along those lines, Darius West, what does it mean to have him all the way back? And some of the guys after the game kind of pointed to him as, I think he was called the hammer, and like a leader they looked to.
Yeah, he's definitely has a strong mentality, and he has a great, you know, passion and desire to win. You know, I think he'll be the first to tell you that, you know, there's things that he's focusing on that continue to play better. You know, because he said he's got some opportunity to make some interceptions there in that game that he'll make. And but he's doing good. I'm proud of him, and pleased for him and the way he's playing.
Where's he improved? Like, I mean, every point came in, he was a hard hitter.
Yeah, I think just experience and just playing. You know, there's knowing the situations and experience, and just getting more reps.
When Jimbo Fisher hired you at Florida State, how did that come about? Did you guys know each other previously, or?
No, did not know Jimbo at all. Yeah, it was a weird scenario. We got in touch with each other, and I went down there. I think my last game, I think we got done playing at Arizona. We just beat USC at USC, and got on a plane the next morning to go down and talk to him, and just went down and met him and his staff, and talked with them for a day and a half, and it worked out, and ended up having a real good stay there. Really enjoyed my time there.
What were your impressions of Jimbo when you first met him?
Well, let me go back. We did know each other, but obviously wasn't one of those guys where we just kept in contact all the time. So I knew him from probably 15 years earlier, 20 maybe, you know, in the South Florida recruiting circuit, you know, running into him down there, and known him. But so we did have some relationship. But no, I just thought, you know, when I went to work for him, that he was a guy that really, for being a first-time head coach, was really extremely organized and very, very talented with what he was doing.
Didn't you bring him to the UK basketball?
I didn't bring him. He came, but we met up here. Mm-hmm.
Did you take anything from what you learned?
He had a mutual friend, I think, with him and Coach Cal. But anyway, go.
Did you take anything from him that you might have learned that you brought to you as part of your program?
Oh, there's many things. I can't get into all the specifics, but absolutely. I've talked about that for years, you know, since I've been, this is the first time we played each other, but you guys have heard me talk about him and credit him back for a lot of things for every year I've been here. You know, I've learned different things from him, and, you know, there's no question.
What's it going to be like just having him on the opposing sidelines?
It won't be any different, really, you know, for me, and, you know, just, yeah, I get fond memories, like I told you before, like going back to practices, because they were intense and fun sometimes competing with them. But you know, I have really good memories, you know, of coaching under them, and you know, because, you know, and I say that because you know, clearly it's not easy. You know what I mean? There's some hard times. I was there from day one when he took that job over, and believe me, it's tough going through that, but you know, and there are a lot of tough competitive days and long hours and a steady grind. But I look back at it with fond memories and learned a lot.
Is it a little strange preparing for a conference opponent, and you've been here in your 6th year and you still don't have any?
Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, you always get some crossover once in a while, but the A&M definitely for me is a bit, you know, it's definitely new and fresh, you know, so definitely not very familiar with them. So, I mean, it's no different than playing a non-conference opponent, though. You just look at it, and we attack every week, you know, and just look at it and see, you know, what we're going to do and little tweaks, but you know, what we do is what we do for the most part. We just got to apply it to their offense. I'll say this, he has a lot of offense.